Hi everyone, welcome. Happy Easter. Hope you've got a wonderful Good Friday. So today we're doing our session a little bit different as opposed to other days. Today we've actually circulated all the supply lists and the templates for you to make your own decor. If you are on, just give us a thumbs up so that we know we are speaking to live people.
Live people.
Live people. We've got one person on. No, I just want to show it.
Instructions.
So what we've circulated is a supply list. It's on the page as well. So for you to make your own Easter door decor. So all the supplies are on. We've also circulated 2 templates which you can print out and use for your specific
Is there
decor.
people up yet?
Yes, they are. So these are the templates we've circulated with the supply list. So today we're making our Easter door decor, and there's different ways to do this. You can either use a box, which I'll show you now, or an old underplate, which is a wooden underplate. Even if you've got anything that is, it doesn't have to be a circle, it can be a square or a rectangle or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yes, so you can use any wood backing or any box backing. I'll show you now. So, what I've got is an old piece of box. So that's what I'm going to be using.
There's also
And if you've got a piece of box and you need to make a circle, we've got an old plate that we used to just draw the circle. Let me just move this. I've also got one of these steel rings from a previous laundry basket class we did. It's got these clasps. So I'm going to be using this to create my circle. So first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you've got your supplies together. We've given you a supply list and we'll go through it as we go. And then you need to have your template, whichever template you want to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to split it up. Omar's going to be doing this past fierce one. Hello, Odette. And I'm going to be doing the English one. And on this side, let's just show them what you've got here.
that's an old Christmas one.
This is an old Christmas wreath that we're going to be dismantling and using only the sticks part. I've got loose sticks, so I'll show you how to do that. And then on this side, we've got some carbon paper. If you don't have carbon paper, I'm going to show you how to transfer your letters using no carbon paper. So now let's get you going. So, I think it's that way around.
Yes.
Okay. So, almost doing the carbon paper one. Remember, you can space out your letterings. You don't need to leave it like this. So you can do the top part at the top, this in the middle, and this at the bottom. So you don't need to use it like this. You just have to space it where you want it. Okay, Mom?
Yes.
All right.
I just want it that way.
Yes. And then with the carbon paper, it's rather easy.
But they come unclear.
You actually draw around the line on your lettering. Now mine is a bit differently because I don't have, I'm assuming, hi Letitia. Hello Joni. I'm assuming some people don't have carbon paper, so I'm going to show you how to do this transfer without using carbon paper. So what you would need is an HB pencil or a darker one. I've actually managed to get a 8B pencil, so that works. And you want to see your picture, but the wrong way around, like that. Now, if you can't see on the background that you're pressing on, you might want to do it on a glass table and put a light underneath. then you can actually see your lettering. We're going to be working at the back of your lettering, so it's going to have to be like a mirror finish. So what I want to do is I want to trace my letters. I'm just going to show you here. Trace my letters, pressing quite hard into my paper. And I'm doing it mirror finish, so it's going to read the wrong way around when I do it at the back. But when I transfer it onto my box, I can do it the right way around. So,
I'm sorry, this pencil broke, so if you need a pencil, oh, you've got one.
yes, I've got it. The first thing I'm going to do before we do the lettering is I'm going to measure out my circle. I'm using an old steel frame from a laundry box class, and I just measure it out. This is what I'm using, and now I'm going to cut my box. Now, cutting the thick boxes are quite challenging because they are quite thick. Where's that black scissors on my...
You used it there on that side?
So I've got a craft knife as well. So I'll be going around on the circle with my craft knife, cutting out my circle of my box. Or as close to the line as you can. So you see, I've actually started cutting this one. And then I move it around. So this box is now, it should fit into my frame. If you don't have a frame, don't worry, you can use the box as is. You don't need to have a frame to put it in. I just need to get in there. And I'll be using my craft knife just to follow my circle. This is quite a thick piece of box. Are you coming right, Mom?
Yes.
So what Oma's doing is she's actually transferring the letters using carbon paper.
I just want to tell you it's much easier with a stencil.
Yeah, not everybody has stencils with this lettering on. And I doubt we will be getting any to anyone before Monday. So I'm using a craft knife
Is
and
the
I'm
courier
cutting my
service
box.
running now?
No, it's not. Only for essential goods.
Is this not essential?
Is this essential goods?
Yes.
Judy, do you think this is essential goods?
Definitely, Judy.
So I'm cutting with a craft knife. It is quite a thick box. You see? I'm going to do my decor sign on a box. Mom's doing hers on a piece of underplate. And once you've got your box cut out, you're going to paint it and put it in the sun. So this is how it should look like once you're done. It doesn't have to be perfect. So just wiping it down a bit because it is dusty. We use Petite Rouge paint, so I'll be using parchment on the rounds. You'll be painting with what you have. Yeah, I agree. It should be essential goods. So I'm just dipping my brush and I'm going to give it a quick coat of my light color of paint.
I haven't painted mine.
Yes, you haven't painted yours. Yours is going to stay that color.
That's not nice.
No, you're going to do
Why didn't you tell me?
I did it the wrong way around with you.
That's not nice.
Do you want to paint over it and then do the lettering again? You're welcome to. Alright, so I'm just giving it one quick coat. We're using Petit Rouge parchment for this. And then I'm going to put my box in the sun, or if you don't have any sun today, you can use a hairdryer just to dry your board. So just painting. We're making home decor. We've supplied supplies list and 2 templates which you can print and use as well. Are there people crafting with us today?
Can I just mention something else? We were at Pick and Pay yesterday, and there was a lady from the bakery walking with a stack of milk tarts, and she dropped the one off from the top, and it was your little stencil saying,
Happy Easter.
yes. And everybody was saying, oh, cute, look at that.
Alright, so once you've got your backing board covered with one coat, it goes out into the sun, or you take your hairdryer and you get one of your children to dry it in the meantime. Can I just drop this brush in the water, Mom? Just sit still. So I just want to show them what you're doing.
No, wait, let me just finish this first.
Okay.
Otherwise I'm stuck.
In the meantime, while I'm waiting for my board to dry, I'm going to take this template, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to be going over each letter with my dark pencil. This is a B8, but you can use an HB as well. You just want to press quite hard on it at the back so that you can later on transfer these letters to your board. Are you done with that letter?
Yes, I haven't done the little goodies yet.
I'll try and keep it like this. You need to move those goodies down. Eh? So this is what Mama's done. She's got a piece of carbon paper in there, and she's transferring the lettering onto her wooden board. Okay, have you got it? Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be transferring the lettering. If you are working on a background that you can't see, it might be good to put your template onto a glass table and have a light shining through it so that you actually can see the lettering. Can I use your cell phone please for light?
Mine.
No, that little one sitting there.
The cameraman.
The cameraman.
We must be nice with him, otherwise we're going to get a heavy account from him.
So I'm just transferring my letter with the light shining at the back, and I'm pressing quite hard with my pencil so to get this type of imprint. So I'm going to go ahead and just trace my letters. This is also a fun project for children. So if they are sitting around at home and they've got nothing to do, this is actually ideal. Okay. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been doing? What projects have you been working on? Remember, our living room challenge is on this week. You need to submit all your pictures by the end of today, just with some craft projects you've done to upgrade your living room. Even if you just tied a ribbon around something, share your pictures with us. Right, yeah, this is not very straight, guys, but that's the whole idea. So I've transferred my first letter at the back. Remember, this is the front piece. You need to do it at the back with a dark pencil. And you need to press quite hard onto your project. Are you doing your bunnies, Mom?
I've done them.
Okay. You're going to take it off now.
I'm just finishing the last bit here.
Alright, so we are transferring the images at the back of this paper.
There you go.
Mama's just done hers with carbon paper. Obviously, if you've got carbon paper, it's much quicker. So this is with the carbon paper.
Now we're going to paint it.
Odette says the weather's not too pleasant. Yes,
No,
now
it
we're
isn't.
going to paint it. But you are going to be using a dark color.
That little brush is too small, isn't it?
This one will be fine. So we're going to use, this is our secret weapon, so by the way. It's a very fine brush, it's a 00. So it's perfect for lettering. So if you want to do this differently, we've also got a Sharpie or permanent marker that you
Yes, I
can
think
use.
that will do the trick.
And then once again, you're just tracing your letters. You're not coloring in your letters, Mom. You're just tracing it. Because remember, you've got dark paint to paint it with.
Is this Sharpie there not too thick?
No. So you'll just use a normal Sharpie or Koki just to draw out the edge of your letters. You're not going to color it in. So this is what I've got so far. I'm tracing the back of my template with a dark pencil. I've got an 8B, but you can do it with an HB as well. I've cut a circle board out of box, and I've painted it one color of parchment, and it's outside busy drying. I'm using the cell phone light just to give me some light on my project. You see, then I can see the letters much easier. So then I just transfer the letters using my dark pencil. I'm just lifting my page a bit so that I can shine the light through. So if you don't have carbon paper, then you can always use the light box option as well. There is a function, an app for phones, which is called Lightbox, which you can also just download and then use your whole phone's front screen as a light. So I'm transferring my letters on the back side, the mirror side. And I'm pressing quite hard on my pencil so that I get a nice thick line of my lettering. So if you don't have carbon paper, then this is your option. And Mom, what are you doing?
I'm drawing my lettering over with a Koki,
Okay,
a Sharpie.
so what Mom has done is she's actually used a carbon paper to get her image on the board, and she's now tracing it with a permanent marker. So the nice thing about this is if you're doing this together as a family, one can paint the board, one can do the lettering, one can do the painting of the lettering. So there's space for everybody to do something.
A team effort.
A team effort. So we're making front door decor for Easter, seeing that it's Easter Friday. This is what I've got so far. You see, I'm actually lining it at the back of the image. This is the front image. I'm doing the back, which is the mirror image.
Are we going to be up again on Monday?
Yes, on Monday we will be completing our suitcase and our silk papers, because that is now standing for today. Remember, you've got until 5 o'clock to post your pictures of your living room challenge. That's our challenge for the week. you just share your pictures on our page. It doesn't have to be paint, it can be a ribbon around something, it could be painting, it could be really just dolling something up, and share your images with us so that we can inspire other people as well. This is a difficult time for all, so we do want to inspire people not to lose hope.
Can I just ask you now, with the extra 2 weeks lockdown, are we going to keep on doing
Yes.
something?
So even if the lockdown continues, we will be here doing creative upliftment every day except for Saturday and a Sunday. If we run out of paint, we will be sticking some leaves to something and making it pretty using a different way. But hopefully our paint supply would not run out. So this is the front of my image. I'm tracing it at the back. Hi Rosie and hello Rosemary. So I'm creating a mirror image using a HB pencil or a B pencil. I've got a cardboard box which I've cut out, which is drying in the sun at the moment. Mom has traced hers with using a carbon paper. I'm showing you how to do it without a carbon paper. So you need to press quite hard on your paper so that there's a nice thick pencil line sitting there on the image. I started now with my first bunny. So just remember, go around the line, trace it. I've got a light of a cell phone just shining a bit through so that I can see where the lines are. If you don't have that, put your image on a glass table and put a lamp underneath. That would give you enough light to see the mirror image as well.
That light that we bought from Hobby X that 1 year, remember?
Yeah.
That I used for my sewing. That was quite a good investment.
Yeah, so any type of light that you have, if you can't see the image, put it on a glass table and shine the light from underneath. So I'm
even a torch underneath.
Or
will
a
do the
torch,
trick.
yeah. So I'm creating a mirror image. This is the front. This is the back. I'm using a HB pencil. This is a B8 pencil. And I'm pressing quite hard on the mirror back, making sure my image is on the back. Mom has used a carbon paper to transfer her image on. But if you don't have a carbon paper, this is the other option. So all I'm trying to do is to get a nice thick line of my pencil on my mirror image so that I can trace it over to my box now. So I'm just following my image's lines. I've got a cell phone torch here and I'm tracing my image. I'm going to show you a bit closer. So these templates we've put on the page, so if you want to download it and do it, you are welcome to. There is a supply list as well. I've copied the image there like so at the back. This is a bit longer than transferring it using the carbon paper. But if this is the only thing you've got, then that is what you use. So you don't need fancy equipment and stuff like that. I'm showing you the manual way. And what Mom is doing is she's tracing her carbon lines with a dark permanent marker. So this is what
there a
I've
new
got.
drop next door?
No, I don't know. I think it's ours. So this is my template that I've also given you guys. I'm tracing at the back. with my pencil using a HB8 or a B8, but you can use a HB as well. You need to make quite a hard impression on your letters. I'm using a cell phone light here just to give me some light on my letters. If you don't want to do that, you can always use a glass table and put a torch or a light underneath so that it can show up your mirror image for you. This is a normal piece of white printed paper. So you don't need anything fancy to do this technique. And you just go ahead and make a nice thick line on the mirror image. How are you doing, Mom?
I'm
you
done.
done? Where's that part of the E? So Mom used the carbon paper, but if you don't have carbon paper, you just print out your image and you trace it at the back using a light or on a glass table using a light at the bottom of the glass table, and you get the mirror image. I'm tracing it with a pencil, which is a B8. Are you done, Mom? Alright, so now what you are going to do is you're going to now fill in your letters using that dark paint, the chocolate noir. I think it's there on that side. This is a lengthier process, but if you don't have carbon paper
Or a stencil.
you'll be okay. So now you need to paint your lettering more, but you're not going to paint your bunnies. Just show them. This is what we've done now. So this has been traced with the carbon paper, but if you don't have carbon paper, I'm doing the manual way. So Mom has traced this with a permanent marker so that she sees the letters better. She's now going to paint her letters. Here's your fine brush.
You think this one is too thick?
You can alternate between the two, but don't paint your bunnies.
All the letters in black.
All the letters in black.
Or not black, or
Whatever. Chocolate noir.
As close as can be.
Alright, so this is what I've got now. Hi, Brenda. This was my image. I've now transferred the letters at the back using a pencil only, a HB pencil, pressing in quite hard. Now I want to get these letters onto my board, which should be dry now. Yes. So this is a normal piece of cardboard, which I've painted with parchment. I now want to put my lettering on. Remember, I've written in the back side, so I put it on as if it's now straight. And now I go over all my letters again, hopefully getting those the background off on it. Right, so I space out my board, so the wrong way around. I have supplied you with a supplies list on the post as well, together with these two images. If you want to use it, you are welcome to.
And who's painting with us?
Yeah, who's painting with us? So this is what I've got now. Remember, at the back of this, I've actually done the letters in the pencil. So all I need to do now is just go over the letters in front again to get my line. And all you need is just an indication of your line. You can do this with a pencil or with a pen. It's working. So that's what I've done on the H. This H. And this is the image you get. So you don't need carbon paper to transfer this. I think I need that pen, Mom. I want to try and go over with the other pen, which has now left the building.
It was lying here just now. That one.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use a normal pen. Hello, Kimberly. Hi, Bridget. So what I'm doing now is at the back of my page, I've actually transferred the letters working with a light so that I've got a mirror image. This was done with a normal HB pencil, and now I've got it in the front, and I'm just going to go over each and every letter, having it then transfer the letters onto my background. So I'm now just using a pen going over my letters. And the nice thing is these images you can save in a file and use it later on, or when you have some carbon paper, or even when you don't have carbon paper. I'm just transferring my letters. I just want to see how it is transferring, because I'm very curious. Haha, it's a bit. So, remember I did the pencil at the back. I'm now going over the letters in front, and this is how I transfer my letters. So you don't need carbon paper to do this with. You'll prepare your image or take your image, print it out, and then just start going over the back of the image. If you can't see it, put a light underneath a glass table. Put your image on the table, and the light will actually shine through your image, showing you where to draw your lines. What Mama's done is she's used carbon paper, and then she went over the letters with a permanent marker. And now she's just painting in the letters. Do you want to show them what you've got so far, Mom?
Just finish this one piece.
We've painted the background of mine with parchment. And that one, Mom's now just painting in the letters. So we will get to that as well. We first need to make sure that we've got our letters on our board. This is our template. We did this at the back with a pencil. And this is what we've got at the moment. So you just want an indication where your letters need to be. I'm going to be a bit fancy, and I'm just going to move it down a bit, because I want my full board to be full of my writing. Remember not to paint your bunnies, Mom. So the template is on the page. We've also shared in other groups. So you're welcome to make use of the template if you want to get your whole family involved. We've given you a supply list of most stuff that you should have in your house or in your yard. So you can play along with us. It's a fun project for the whole family. There we go. So let's see. Alright, so this one I have forgotten. So I like to look in between because I'm very curious. So there we go. So it's a fairly easy way to transfer letters onto an item if you don't have a carbon paper or stencil. What I've done is I've actually done the lettering in pencil at the back, and now I'm just transferring it over by going over the lines in front. And Mom is painting her letters. She did hers with the carbon paper, and then did the lines with a permanent marker. And she's now painting with Petite Rouge Chocolate Noir. She's just painting inside the lines.
Am I doing right?
Yes. What the permanent marker does, or the Sharpie does, or the Cokie does, is it creates a nice thick line, so you can't actually paint over your letters. How's everybody doing? Have you been doing crafts? Remember, we've got our challenge going
Skryf iemand vir jou boodskapies?
for living room. No, it's people coming up. Hi, Alda. So our challenge this week is living room. You need to post some pictures of what you've done in your living room. Even if it was just tying a ribbon around something. Share it on the page. You've got until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then next week we'll probably have a new challenge. We will continue doing our tutorials, even if the lockdown is extended, even if we are out of paint. We will find something to do with you guys.
Then you will have to sneak up to Eve.
Yeah, sneak up to Eve. Alright, I'm just moving my lettering a bit down so that I can make use of the full circle on my decor board. So we're making front door decor for Easter. We've put out the supply list on the groups and on our page as well. And we've put out 2 templates which you can download and print and use on your own. You can get your whole family involved. You're almost done, Mom.
You want to use these 2 little brushes?
Yes, I am going to use it. We are painting the letters with Petite Rouge Chocolate Noir. It's a black brown color. It's actually quite a nice color.
Looks like that.
And that's how it looks now. Now what you need to do is you need to pick 5 different colors, and each bunny becomes another color.
Where's the red?
The red is in the box. Do you want to use the red?
I think we used the 2 liter when we did.
But there's a small bottle of red. Maybe the red and the turquoise more. So I'm transferring my letters using, what I've done is I've actually taken the letter, the front of the letter, I've gone over with a normal HB pencil at the back, pressing in quite hard, and now I'm on the front again, going over those letters, and it's transferring the letters on there. Hi, Suzette. Alright, so I'm transferring now with a pen, just pressing hard on the areas that I did at the back with my normal pencil.
The gold's not going to work, eh?
No, the gold you're going to use on your wreath.
Do you think like these 5 colors?
Yeah, that would be pretty. So now what you do is each bunny, you can use one of these. Each bunny you now paint a different color. If you don't like being so bold, you're welcome to paint your bunnies another color and keep them all the same color. It's up to you. On this side we've used a MDF
but the black will still show.
Yes. We've used an underplate or an MDF underplate. On this side I'm just using normal cardboard box. And I'm just drawing over my letters that I wrote in the pencil. So this is another way to do it if you don't have carbon paper. I've traced my letters at the back using a light so that I could see the letters from the front coming through with a normal HB pencil, pressing in quite hard. And now I'm just transferring those letters by going over those exact lines again from the front. This is also a good idea if you don't have a stencil, because not everybody would have Easter stencils. It is a bit more time consuming than the carbon paper option, but if you don't have carbon paper, it's a good option. Hi Jackie, Zimbabwe, welcome. So we're making Easter decor boards for our front door. We've put out 2 templates on all the posts, so you're welcome to print those templates and craft with us. We've also given you a supplies list of what you can use. And yeah, craft with us, paint with us. Get your family involved. I just want to show you what I've got so far. So this was my template. What I did is I actually at the back traced the letters using a light behind it with a pencil. And now I just went over the lines of my letters and it's transferred the image. So if you don't have a stencil and you don't have carbon paper, just print your template out on your printer, and then at the back trace it with a normal pencil, just pressing in very hard, and then put your image right up and go over the lines again. So now I want to move my bunnies. I'm just moving my template a bit down so it can be full on my board. I've used a normal cardboard box. Mom's using a fancy MDF underplate. My mother's used the carbon paper to transfer her image. I'm just using the traditional old-fashioned way to show you that you can do it without carbon paper and without stenciling. It's a bit more time consuming, but you've got time. Hello, Mimpy. She says hello. So yeah, transferring it like this is a bit more time consuming, but it keeps everybody busy. Get your whole family involved. Everybody can craft along. We're making Easter decor for our front door on Good Friday. Happy Easter to everyone. So I need to get cracking here. I'm working very slow because I'm talking. Mom's painting her Easter bunnies, each one in a different color. You can also take your image and actually cut it out if you want and use the letters, but that's also quite time consuming because you need to cut the letters properly, and then you can just stick them on if you want. Right, this is working just fine. And then yeah, so remember the living room challenge. You need to pick something out of your living room, remake it, and post some pictures for us on the page by 5 today. It is just to keep everybody creatively uplifted and sharing some ideas and some inspiration. So that's the whole reasoning behind it. Next week we will have a different challenge. Last week we had the kitchen challenge. So yeah, get your pictures up there today. Alright, let's see. It works like a bomb. So this is just another way you can transfer an image without using a carbon paper. I've done the back with a HB pencil, and now the front I'm just going over that line and the pencil is transferring to my project. Got a couple of bees going around here. Right, so I'm almost done, then I'll show you the picture so far. Mom's painting her bunnies in different colors. So let's see how this is going to look. So once again, this was my image that I printed out. I went over the back with a HB pencil and I traced the letters with a cell phone light underneath. If you don't have that, put it on a glass table and transfer your image on the mirror side, on the back side. I then put it back over my board and I went around all these lines with my pen, transferring that lead image. And this is how it comes out. So you just want to have that lines open so that you can actually trace it with a marker and paint it in. We did the background with Petite Rouge parchment. And I'm almost done. I need the on its way and then I'm done. Are you done?
No.
Ma, you're working faster than a speeding
Doing one
bullet.
little bunny stone.
So I have to do, is that glue gun still on? So we have told you to, we have given you a supplier list. So you can find all the items that we've used on there. Most of that you've got in the house. We're going to be using a glue gun to put all our parts together. And then we are going to post pictures of our projects once we're done. This is a nice little project to get your family involved as well. So everybody can have a part. Some can paint, some can cut, some can glue, and some can put it up against the door. So it's a nice project to get everybody involved. So what have you been doing? Have you been keeping busy? Or have you been sleeping late? We are going to continue our creative tutorials, even though with the lockdown extended. We will craft until our paint is up, and then we will craft on different other things that we might not have paint for. That's mine, Mama. So this is what Mama's done with the carbon paper, and she just filled in the letters and painted the bonus. Okay, so now Mom, what you need to do, I'm going to take this out so it dries.
Yes.
You need to dismantle your wreath. Just tell people what you have.
I've got an old Christmas wreath, which I understand I must dismantle.
Just pick it up so they can see. So this is what we've got. And it's actually tied to the back with that wire, so we're going to dismantle
that little craft knife?
Yeah. There you
I
go.
thought this was tape.
So while you are dismantling, I'll be finishing my letters.
And we're going to put that over the board, is that it?
That's it. And then we're going to glue it on with the glue gun. And maybe use some of our metallics.
I hope it will not fall off.
Well, that's why you've got the glue gun, so that it doesn't fall off. I'm just transferring my letters that I've traced at the back with a normal HB pencil. And now I'm transferring it.
I suppose I can leave this little metal thing on to hang it onto.
Yes, you can.
Please, may I have the scissors?
I'm almost done. Then I'll show you mine. So, as you can see, the carbon paper option is much quicker. But if you don't have carbon paper, you can always use the method I'm using. I transferred the image to the back with a pencil and with a light underneath. And now I'm just going over the lines in front, transferring that pencil marks onto my box. So this was the image. This was the back where I did it with the pencil. And this is after I've traced it in the front. Hi Linda, hi Stella. So now I've got the letters on my board, which I wanted, without carbon paper or a stencil. I'm now going to use that same permanent marker Mama's used, Nana, and I'm just going to go over my letters with a permanent marker.
I made such a good job of this thing, I can't take it apart.
Mom's dismantling a Christmas wreath for her Easter board. So today's close off is at 5 o'clock for the living room challenge. You need to post pictures of something that you've done in your living room, even if you've just added a ribbon to something. Share the pictures on our page. That's just so that everybody can stay creative and involved. We have given you the templates on the page, so you're welcome to print it out. There's also a list of supplies that you would need. Most of the stuff you've got in and around the house, and it's a nice project for your whole family to get involved into. See, I'm taking the shortcut. I'm actually just putting it in like that. Hello, Alta. So what I've used is a cardboard box. I've given it one coat of Petite Rouge parchment. I've taken my template, which I gave to you all on the page. I've printed it out. And at the back of the template, I've actually traced my letters with a pencil, pressing in quite hard. I used a cell phone light to see the image through. Then I transferred it the right way around, and I went over my lettering with a hard pen, and it transferred the letters nicely onto my board. If you've got carbon paper, that's easy. Then you just trace it like Mom did hers. But if you don't have carbon paper, you can still trace your image. So don't think that if you don't have carbon paper, you can't do it. I'm just going over my letters with a permanent marker. Do you want your board back now?
I just want to get rid of all the stuff.
Okay. I'll bring your board. Show the
Throwing
people.
it away, I'm using it again Christmas time.
So on Mom's one, she's just used a normal MDF board. And she's transferred the letters. She painted in her bunnies. She's dismantled the Christmas wreath.
I think I will just take this off first.
And she's now going to stick it on with the glue gun.
Like so.
If you don't have a glue gun, you can also use Bostik or silicone.
Then you're losing.
Well, then you need to take it off. Make it loose.
You just take this wiring off.
Just make it loose. So I'm just doing my letters with my permanent marker, and I'm messing a lot. So it's easy if you've got a Sharpie or Cokie or permanent marker, even those markers you use on linen, like for the children's names in their school bags and on their clothes. That's what I've got so far. I'm just coloring the lines with my permanent marker. Are you coming right there, Mom? Let's see if we help you.
No, it's done. It's just that it's so rolled up that I think it'll.
I've got some sticks
Right.
as well if you want to use the sticks.
No.
I went around the garden picking up sticks this morning. So I've got a whole lot of sticks and twigs laying around that I'm going to be using on my wreath. So happy Easter to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We've put up a list of supplies that you need to do this project with. And we've put up 2 templates that you can download and print out and use it on your side as well. Mom has done the carbon paper route, so it was quite quick. Just do a piece, Mom.
Yes, I just want to take the bigger pieces off. You know, once you've bent it, and it dries, it's there.
Just use 2 pieces.
I just want to use the thinner pieces.
So this is a Christmas wreath that we've dismantled, that we're going to be using on Mom's board. This is front door home decor for Easter. I'm just using a permanent marker to actually color in my lettering. Are you winning, Mom? So normal permanent marker, and I've been transferring my letters. Thank you, Judy. A blessed Easter for you too. So I transferred my letters, just printing it out, going over the back with a normal HB pencil, pressing in hard, then putting it onto my board and going over the letters with a pen. And that transferred the image onto my board. Hello, Jan. So Mama's dismantling a Christmas wreath that she's going to be using on her Easter front door board. I'm using a permanent marker to mark up my lettering, which I transferred with pencil. So even if you don't have a stencil and you don't have carbon paper, you can still transfer the image that you need. I'm just hoping my pen's going to make it. Are you winning, Mom?
Oh.
Okay. This is what I've got so far. We are going to be going on a little bit longer because we want to finish this, just to show you how it came out. So we won't leave you halfway. Just remember, when you are working with a Sharpie or marking pen like this, that you don't go and seal it with your sealant, because the pen would actually smudge.
Yeah, that should do it.
Okay?
I'm going to just glue a few pieces at a time.
Yeah.
And then I want to do these as well.
I think that might be a bit too much.
Do you think so?
Yeah. You can still use it for your Christmas wreath this year. We'll be doing similar things for Christmas because we'll be using these wreaths.
You know what roots also works very well is that grenadilla tree roots.
Because they're nice and wet.
Yes, you have to cut them and fold them while they're wet.
Yeah.
Must I glue?
Yes, there's
I'll
2
have to
glue
just
guns.
stick them together first, I think.
You can do that, I think so too. So that you've got a
Just tie
workable...
them together with...
So I'm transferring my letters using a permanent marker. Mama's already done hers. She's painted inner letters with chocolate noir, and she's painted her bunnies. Remember, we won't be losing you at 3 o'clock. We'll continue until we finish. So that way you can see the projects getting done. I've transferred my letters using my template, which I've attached to you guys on the page. I've actually done the letters at the back in HB pencil, pressing in very hard, then putting it on my board and going over the lines in the front. That way I transfer my image without using carbon paper or without a stencil.
Okay, just at the top you say.
Yes, wherever you want to.
We're going
Because
to
remember
put a
you
little
want-
ribbon or something there, right?
Well, don't you want to do the ribbon first? Then it's on. Or you're going to tie it over it and then just glue it on.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I need the scissors again.
I think this is the
And the what are
silly scissors.
they? Yeah, they are, sorry.
So what you can also do is, if you are a scrapper or a scrapbooker and you've got flowers lying around in the house, you can also put that onto your projects as well. If you want some flowers more, there's a lot here. There are some flowers.
Oh, for my goodness.
And I've brought a couple of chenille sticks. What you can do with the chenille sticks is make bunny ears and put that on your wreath as well. So you take your chenille stick and you make your little bunny ears. So instead of flowers, you'll then use your bunny ears. And you can also just stick them on with your glue gun.
Is that good enough?
That's beautiful. There's a bunny ear for you if you need one.
To do what?
To put on your wreath. Do you want bunny ears or not?
Like so?
Everywhere. Here and there. There's some more sticks if you want to try them. But it's up to you. Okay, so I think I am done. So this is what I wanted in the black pen. I'm now going to paint my my lettering and my bunnies. Mom, what did you do with the fine brush? Okay, cool. So I'm going to use this one, the Petite Rouge Nautical but nice. I'm just going to hand paint in because I've got my letters there. Transferred my letters using the normal pencil on my template. I'm going to now hand paint the Easters into the nautical but nice, if I've got enough. So I'm using a very thin brush and I'm just going in my pattern, in my letter. Are you wanting more? Have you sticked it with a glue gun?
What?
The reef.
Yes, I have.
Do you not want to stick it at different places? Or only one place?
I'm just figuring out my bunny ears.
Okay. So we made some bunny ears with chenille sticks. That's also a nice little project if you want to keep the kids busy. Then let them fold bunny ears with the chenille sticks if you've got them. We've also got some old scrapbooking flowers and stuff that you can also use on your wreath. This is for your front door, Easter wreath. You can do the same type of project for Christmas as well. So it's not just bound to Easter. So there's my first letter. I'm using the nautical but nice from Petite Rouge. And remember, we'll stay on until we've finished our project. So you don't need to worry that we're going to leave you halfway with your project. Are there some people crafting with us today at the same time? Just say yes if you are or no if you're not, so that we know you're crafting. We have put the supply list of what you need to make this project on. We've also put your templates on, so you can actually dress it up. You can either use the carbon paper or use the transfer method that I used. So it is really up to you. Just don't burn yourself.
Is that where it should be? Shit, damn it.
Yes, but you can put some everywhere where you want.
You didn't hear that?
Be careful of the glue gun. Don't let your children use the glue gun or your parents. Actually, I enjoyed this project today. So if you haven't been following us, we've been doing a tutorial every day, Monday to Friday, during the lockdown. And we will continue doing a tutorial every day, Monday to Friday. Even if our paint runs out, we'll still craft, even if it's with something else. But we will continue doing our creative upliftment session. The reason for this is just to uplift people and not to get demotivated or negative or depressed. So share your pictures with us. This week we did the living room challenge. You had to do something in your living room and you have to share your pictures with us before Friday today at 5 o'clock today. So yeah, if you've been crafting with us, post your pictures. We want to see, even if you've been doing journaling or whatever, post your pictures. That's just to keep everybody uplifted and motivated and not depressed. So this is the whole reason.
Christmassy.
No, I think it's nice, but you can paint them too, if you want.
No,
if you want to paint pastel colors.
I like the red.
Okay. So these are just some stuff we've got left from Christmas. Little baubles and wreaths and stuff. So all the Christmas stuff getting reused, and you'll see them again in Christmas. So yeah, there'll be a different color Christmas. So I'm just doing my lettering, which I've transferred using my pencil, and now I'm just painting it in. The color I'm using is Nautical but Nice from Petite Rouge. Hello Andrew. So I transferred the letters. I took my image, which I posted on the page for you. I've actually transferred the letters at the back using an HB pencil. Press quite hard into the paper so that you've got a nice image. I then put it onto my cardboard box and I pressed hard with a pen over all the lines. So I transferred the letters onto the box. So now I'm just doing some painting of my letters, and then I'll be painting my bones. So if you don't have paint, use cookies. If you don't have cookies, use crayons. All that stationery you've been investing in for your children, you can now start using them.
Can I have that little craft knife, please? I've messed with it.
Just tell the people what you are doing, because I can't see you, Mom. Show them what you're doing.
I'm going to now. Just messed with the glue.
If you do have carbon paper, then you can use the carbon paper to transfer your image onto your board. Mom has used a MDF underplate. I've used cardboard box. So use whatever you have. There you go. almost done with the word Easter. Just show them what you've done. So,
I'm going to take off those bunny ears. That's not what I want.
so this is a wreath. And the bunny ears that she doesn't like, that she wants to take off. But the idea is that the whole family participate and join in. If you are staying alone, don't get demotivated. Get your stuff out and start crafting with us. You don't need to do the exact things we are doing. It's just a guideline. We've posted a sample list for you. All the stuff you can use for this project. We've also posted 2 templates with that, which you can print out and use. If you don't have a printer, open it up on your PC and trace it on your PC with your pencil. So there are various ways to get involved doing this. And if you don't have a glue gun, use bar stick, use sellotape. Just keep your hands busy. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. Almost done with Easter. I'm using the Petite Rouge Nautical but Nice. I'm just painting in my letter after I've traced it. Mum is gluing a wreath and the little bubbles. You must show them every now and then because they can't see what you're doing. You are out of shot.
The thing is, the glue gun is
Very hard.
out of reach.
Here's another one too. Okay, so remember that you need to post pictures of your living room challenge this week. You've got until 5 o'clock to post your pictures. Next week we'll do a different challenge. So get involved. Even if you just tie a ribbon around something, take a photo, post it. That's just to uplift everybody and to keep them inspired. This is the lengthier way of doing it, but it's a nice project for the whole family. Even if you are alone, it's a nice project.
There you go. What do you say?
I think it's pretty.
It's
Just
just
show them that, but you need to take it.
Just need to take the
pieces.
threads off.
I need to take it closer. Whoopie, 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 there we go.
Is it falling off?
No, it's fine.
Does it need more glue?
Now what you can do is actually just use a dry brush, and we're going to be using Chandelier from Petite Rouge, which is a gold color, and just dry brushing here and there.
On the plate itself or
On your wreath?
Yes.
I would imagine on the wreath.
Although it's got gold on already.
Yeah. You might want to use the lighter gold, the champagne.
No,
if you
this
want.
is fine.
Just a normal stencil brush we're going to be using for that. So yeah. I transferred the letters using the template that I gave you. I actually did the back with a pencil, quite hard. And then I put it onto my board and I traced just on the outside lines the letters onto my board. So I did mine without using carbon paper. Mom did hers using carbon paper. So it shows you the different ways of doing this. I'm just painting in my letters now. I've done the black letters with a normal permanent marker or Sharpie, which you can use. So yeah, just remember not to seal your project with your normal sealers when you've used a Sharpie or marker, because you might smudge your lettering because it's ink. Okay, so I should be done now with the word Easter. Okay, I did that in nautical, but nice. Got no more to do. And now I just want to paint my bunny. Got 5 little bunnies there. So I just want to do that. And then I can start putting my sticks up. So I was walking around the garden picking up sticks for my wreath. So I can do some nice painting with you guys today. I'm now using the Madame Pompadour from Petite Rouge. And I'm just going to be painting my bunny now. Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just taking the glue off that I spilled.
Okay.
And there, mine is done.
Did you do your gold on the edges?
On the edge of the
Wreath.
not here.
Yeah. On the edge of the wreaths.
Yes.
That's why I said you want to use the
There you
lighter
go.
gold. It's pretty as a picture. So there's our Christmas wreath. How are you going to hang it?
I should have thought about that before we started, because we need to get a little hole here, but I've got a little wire that I will stick through here and hang it that way.
Okay. Or you can drill a little hole, or if it's not too heavy you can use
Ribbon. Red. I've got red ribbon.
no, a press stick if it's not too heavy.
Now I'll just stick a little red ribbon around here. Then you cover up that little piece of glue
Yeah.
as well and hang it up that way.
Yeah, that would be nice. I like yours. Says gesien the pass is. I'm a bit slow. Do you want to help me paint?
Now I'm thinking I should sneak away.
No, you're not thinking anyway.
My food is in the oven.
That's fine. Almost cooking tonight. We make turns to cook. Thank you, Judith. She says yours is lovely, Mom. So I'm just painting each bunny now a different color. I'm hoping you guys can see there's so many things in front of me. So this is what I've done so far. I've transferred the letters using pencil at the back and then just transferring it on the front. Are you still playing with the little balls?
I'm just thinking that I might want this little thingy on there as well.
So put it on.
Look there, that will make it pretty.
Don't you want to help me paint my
Is
bunny?
that too much?
No, I actually like it. Just ask the people as well what they think. So what Mom's saying is she actually wants to, hello Mari, add a piece there as well. I think do it and then you're going to dust it with some gold.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be pretty. So I'm just painting in my bunnies. I've left the templates and the step-by-steps, well, the supply list on the page. So you're welcome to use it and to share it, to print it out as a project that you and your family can do together, or even if you're alone, you can still do this project. I've got things in there that you should have around your house in any event. What I've got so far. I'm just painting in my bunnies and then I'll be able to stick on my sticks. Mom has used an MDF plate, underplate, and she's used the old Christmas wreath for her front door decor. I'm just painting in my bunnies and then I can start putting up my wreath bits. Let's see what you've done. It looks normal. Show everyone.
I just want to dust it with the gold first.
Now first show them before you do.
No, I must just hold it there as well. Because it's...
There you go.
Just
That
put those
icon at the
little
bottom.
icons added to it.
Hello John.
En nou dink ek wil ek het met 'n korsiekie.
Okay, I've got another small brush.
Nou
here.
here it is.
So we're just busy doing our last bit on our front door decor. Are you going to dust with some gold now? Let's just take this away. So you can use some old flowers as well if you want to put some on your wreath. You can actually fold some bunny ears with chenille sticks. Hi Letitia, donkey man. Letitia says yours is beautiful, Mom.
We're really doing this with the bare minimum.
Yes. We want to show you what you can do even if you don't have all the fancy tools and stuff. So I should have 3 bunnies done now. There you go. I'm working blind without water today.
Here's the water standing on the side.
Yeah, I think I need to get it. Thank you. So I've used in the middle on the bunny. First bunny was Madame Pompadour, and then on Mom's side there's To Lose or Not to Lose, and on my side is the Mermaid Blush. Now I'm going to be using the Mood of Neptune. That's Petite Rouge paints.
Does that not look better now?
I like that. Show the people.
Yeah.
So this is what we've done. Now
It just
using-
fills that empty little spot.
Yeah. And now I'll just do my last 2 bunnies. Do you feel there was an empty spot sitting there?
It just looks better. Don't you think? There was just that, I just needed something.
We're doing front door decor for Easter. Mama has used the carbon paper and the transferring of the image. She's added a wreath from Christmas and just did some gold dry brushing on the acorns. I've used this template, which I've traced at the back using a HB pencil, pressing in quite hard, and then putting it on my board and tracing the letters so that the image gets transferred.
So you still have to do your ends. Do you want me to unravel some of that?
No, I've actually got sticks for that. I went to pick up sticks in the garden today.
Remember now when that plant, now when it becomes winter, that we pick those,
Sticks up.
yes, and put them in a little bit, well they are still wet, fold them and tie them the shape
make
you
wreaths.
want. Yes.
Oh, that's clever.
Then we put it away for Christmas.
You see, that's why you craft with your mom. She's got all this.
This is
fancy
what I
ideas.
did when they were still wet.
So now I'm using the last bit of my minty macaron from Petite Rouge. You can see there's almost nothing left. I've exhausted all this. And I'm finishing my last bunny now. And then I'll do my wreath. So I've picked up a couple of sticks to do that with. So we've put out a supply list and 2 templates which you can use to make your own front door decor. So you're welcome to use that and print that. And here we go. So this is what I've got. So now, as I said, I've actually picked up sticks in the yard this morning. Let's just move all of this.
Are you painting them before you put them on?
No, I'm just
Take
going
that
to
away.
stick them on.
Let me take that away.
take some off. And I've got my sticks, which I'm now going to snap and stick. As you can see, I don't have a fancy Christmas wreath this year. So I'm just going to be using my normal sticks and just sticking them on. Can I move this too?
I'd rather put it
And then this
inside.
too. Okay, so what we've got is I've got my board and I've got my sticks and I've got my glue gun.
Use that black one, it actually works very well.
Alright, so what I want to do is I want to get some glue on. I want to take one of the bendy sticks and I'm actually just gonna stick them on. Mind your fingers, don't let the children use the glue gun. Mind your fingers, because the glue is hot. I've done my first stick. So if they are not the right size, just break them in the right size. Glue and stick. Easy peasy. And
Easy
then
peasy.
later on you can clean up all your little strings, your little spider webs. So glue. Oops, this one doesn't want to glue that way. And stick. Okay. We're making front door decor for Easter. So this one I want to take around from here all the way that way. And I stick it to my area. Oh, it lifts a bit. And this one needs a bit.
And look there, it can actually hang that way with a little piece of wire as well.
It's quite slim. Very slim. Okay. And then I take my next piece. So you can do this with silicone as well. It's just going to take a bit longer to dry. Oh, this one is not going to work. Let's take a bendy portion. So it's just setting up your, well, I'm using sticks, I'm not using a wreath. Just setting up your sticks so that they can stick together. So I've just used normal sticks I found in my garden. Oh, you know, I want to complicate my matter here. So, yeah. And I'm sticking it on with a glue gun. Make it there. So we want to know who's crafting with us. So,
Be careful your fingers.
and remember the challenge this week is your living room. You need to pick something out of your living room that you want to remake or redo. And here we go. So this is just the first layer of my sticks that I'm putting on with a glue gun. So I'm going to take the next portion.
Don't take that little piece off. I like that, the piece that you just took off
But it
now.
stands
If it
in the
sticks
air.
out, it's nice.
Okay. So I'll just stick this again. Be careful that the children don't work with the glue gun because the glue is quite hot. This one actually needs to go there. There we go. I think I've got it on. Alright, and maybe a bit here. So even if you don't have a Christmas wreath, you can still do the same principle with normal
Yes.
sticks in your garden. I'm just using normal glue gun or heated gun, and I'm just applying it with it. As it dries, it will actually stick. There we go. I'll take off all the spider webs now.
Yes.
So this is what you've got left with, what you're left with. Keep on breaking and putting. So even if you don't have all the tools, you can still come right with what you've got. I think that should be okay.
And also what works well, because it's just for the weekend, is the delicious monster leaves. Also makes a nice
So there we go.
wreath.
This is a normal box that I've used. I've transferred the letters, these letters, using a normal HB pencil, pressing hard at the back, putting it onto my item and just going over those letters again. So we've given you all the step-by-step supplies and the templates on the page, which you can download and use if you want to make your own. You are welcome to use that. So let's just that piece there. Stay. Okay. So that is what I've got in the meantime. And this one is what Mom did using a Christmas wreath. So I can continue like this, just adding on sticks, adding on sticks, adding on sticks. And then once I'm done, I'll actually take the gold. This is the Petit Rouge chandelier. And I'll just dry brush it over my sticks.
Yeah.
So this is what we had done today. You're welcome to download the templates and the supply list that we gave out. If you've got some scrapbooking flowers, you can also add that to your projects.
That's also pretty.
So yeah, you can have it all with your children and your family together on Easter. From our houses to yours, happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We'll be back on Monday at 2 o'clock again, and we'll be continuing with our suitcases again.
Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.